Ray Kaplan is in our WGN radio studio. This conversation is sponsored by Kaplan Law Firm. Hi, Ray Kaplan. How are you?
Hi, John. Great. Thank you.
The commercials that we do for you sometimes, Ray, and first of all, let's tell people what you do. What do you do for a living?
Well, I'm an attorney, and I specialize in student loan law, so that kind of encompasses some financial analysis and helping families make sure that their federal student loans, that they're getting as much as possible in terms of benefits and that their payments are as low as possible according to the statutes.
Last time you were with us, didn't you say something like 90% of the people who qualify for loan forgiveness don't know how to do it or something like that?
Right. They do it incorrectly, and they leave a lot of money on the table, so they're entitled to a lot of loans being forgiven, and they just don't apply for it, don't know about it, don't do it correctly, so they miss out on saving thousands and thousands of dollars.
What's your website, by the way?
It is financialrelief.com.
And your phone number is?
312-294-8989.
I'll give that to you again in a minute. In the commercial, we also say if you work in the private sector.
Right.
And I know so much emphasis is on the public, but talk to me about the private sector forgiveness.
Right. Well, this time of year, I get a lot of parents coming to me asking me for advice about what to do because their students are not qualifying for a lot of federal loans, and there's a cap on how much their kids can take out in terms of federal loans. But they should never, I just want to caution people not to go out and take out private loans, to make sure that they take out federal Parent Plus loans, because all the same great payment options and forgiveness apply to federal Parent Plus loans. I have an example here that I brought with me. We have clients who pay, let's say you take out $200,000 in federal Parent Plus loans to finance your kids' education.
Wait, slow down. I took out $200,000?
Right, $200,000 in federal Parent Plus loan, and that's where the Department of Ed is the lender.
People do this, huh?
People do this, and you should do this. I definitely encourage you to do this if you have kids.
Yeah, but $200,000, that's what jumps out at me.
$200,000, but you figure $30,000 a year for tuition, and then maybe you have 2 kids in college, so I see this all the time. Let's say you do have to take out $200,000 in federal Parent Plus loans, and you make $60,000 a year. You don't have to make any payments until all the kids have graduated, and then your payment would be $571 a month. And after a period of somewhere between 250 and 300 months, you would get $179,000 in debt forgiveness from the federal government.
In other words, that's when you get to stop paying,
yes.
And that's how much you would have still owed, $180,000.
Right, exactly. So that would at least be the amount of interest that would have accrued over those months, and that would all be wiped out. It's just a question of making sure you're in compliance with the statute.
What does 571 look like to you? Is that what everybody would be paying, or does that reflect some sort of forgiveness as well?
So that 571 number, that would be if you're making about $60,000 a year and you have $200,000 in federal loans. Your monthly payment, $571 a month. Not bad.
Yeah, I think, that's a car payment, but maybe that's manageable for people. That's a nice car payment is what that is.
On a $200,000 loan, $571 a month.
That's what you signed up for. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, that's better than what you signed up for. That's pretty good.
Right.
And that's for people that are in the private sector?
Yeah.
Now, if I was in the public sector, would it be any different?
Yes. Well, so your loan payment would be the same, but you wouldn't have to pay in as long, only 120 months. And some people, when they retire, most people actually, you would only have to pay that $571 a month while you're working and making that $60,000 a year. But let's say after the third year or so you retire, your payment might drop down to zero, because then your payment's going to be based on your retirement income, and you get a whole lot more in forgiveness. So that's the kind of thing that we do, is we provide that analysis to make sure you're doing it the right way.
You know why I'm shaking my head, right?
Yes.
It shouldn't be this complicated, and I'm just sorry for the people who don't know the rules, including me, including 90% of the people out there.
Yeah, I know, but it's very rare that we can't help people. The federal statute is very, very forgiving. I just want to put the overall statement out there not to take out private loans. It's not necessary, and private loans are not manageable. Federal loans are.
I think people maybe should consider calling you even before they take out the loan. What kind of loan should I take? What should I prepare myself for?
Right, we do. We have a lot of people who do call us beforehand.
Okay, so the number to call is 312-294-8989. 312-294 is in the Tri-State Tollway. Think Mike Ditka's on the Tri-State Tollway. He roar number 89, 312-294-8989.
Right.
All right, Ray, nice to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, John.
Serving the great Midwest from Chicago, this is WGN at AM 720 on your radio and on smart devices anywhere just by saying play WGN radio on